Cespedes, Santiago Gutierrez, and me, Juan Pablo Uribe. We are going to talk about one Colombian actual issues, that is the Venezuelan immigration, that seems to come out of a horror story, but is a reality faced by many Venezuelans, who, because of their nation situation, are forced to leave their homes, their families, and everything they have built over time, with only a suitcase full of clothes and memories. To all this, they add the long walks to arrive at a country that for them is perhaps not so known, but if aligned. At the time of receiving the Venezuelans, some Colombians have not been the most open because their prejudice of the Colombian society before the Venezuelans complicate their situation and they stay at the country. Prejudice over a campaign us over time. It is impossible not to judge a person because of what little we know about her when we know her. But as Leonardo da Vinci said that nothing disease as a much of sorry, as Leonardo da Vinci said that nothing disease as a much as our own judgment. It is impossible to want to understand or create an image of a person without even giving him the opportunity.
About 13 years ago, the conversation that we have about Venezuela was so different than the one that we have nowadays. The Venezuelans went to other countries on vacation for work opportunities and for anything that different about for the need. Venezuela was a country of opportunities and wealth, and practically Venezuelans had their life fixed, but they have never imagined the situation in which they are nowadays. They keep the hope that someday everything is going to come back to normality because, as the saying goes, there's no evil that's still 100 years and nobody that can resist it. Colombians can also say that their situation is not so much different because, as we know, since about 15 years ago, many Colombians have traveled to Venezuela searching a new life. Since 2001, there were around 221,000 Colombians in Venezuela. So at least one Venezuelan can say that they know any Colombian. And since 2018, there are more than 1 million Venezuelans in Colombia. So any Colombian can say that they know any Venezuelan.
The problem with all of this is that have occurred many cases
since 2012, when the Venezuela crisis started, where some Colombian people judge Venezuelan people like murderers, thieves, and lazy, in consequence of some stories that are listening, because how in many times the sensationalism in Colombia have a big importance in our decisions. For that reason, these ones can be prejudicial because are taken with knowing only one face of the coin. For example, in 2018, in Subachoque, Cundinamarca, was circulated in all the streets a voice that said, "There is an ultimatum to all Venezuelan people. You have 2 weeks to get out. We will kill anyone who is in Subachoque, even if they work or not, if they steal or not. We don't want him here anymore." This is the best example of xenophobia. The xenophobia is when you hate another person because they are not from the same country as you. And this phobia has been increasing since 2012 at the same time as the Venezuelan people in Colombia has increasing in these years. And these people have had to live through these wild persecutions, murders, discriminations, among all of us. Probably, if Venezuela hadn't chosen Chavez as president, they would probably live a different destiny. But this is the reality. This is happening now. However, most of the Venezuelan people living in Colombia is a strong and brave people and is searching a better future.
However, it's clear that we can't go through life blindly trusting people because the world is full of people who are here to hurt us and people that don't have not even one good intention with us. It is also true that some Venezuelans that came here to Colombia are not the best people. They steal and commit crimes to survive in this country. And it's not about giving them excuses. It's about telling you that that's one part of it. But there's another part that's not what we see normally in our social media and everything. It's the people who do good, who come here to make a difference because they want a new perspective and chances. In every part of the world, no matter country, nationality, race, religion, or even sexual preference, there is people willing to hurt you. And not because of that, you stop living. So why with Venezuelan people is it different? Now, being two countries that have been so connected in our history and in our culture, why do we keep putting stops and closing doors? Why do we keep doing that when we should let aside our little differences and hug each other as brothers and sisters that we are? In this manner, would not only life be easier for every Venezuelan and for every Colombian, but it would also allow for the cultures to intermix and give better opportunities for everyone. And who doesn't want that? We just hope that by 2025, Venezuelans and Colombians have learned how to live together. This is what we have to say about this topic. We hope you learned with it, and goodbye.